stuff, but maybe I should save it.
All right, well, let's think.
Yeah.
Even now, like, how long have you been not working a side job? A few years, I feel like now.
Oh yeah.
How long you been out of that grind?
Okay, probably like 5 years,
I had
4.
no idea.
Yeah, no, I met a guy that was like, he was doing some beats for like aftermath artists and stuff. Like he did like some for Dr. Dre a while ago, and he was just like telling us some real wizardry stuff, I guess.
Yeah.
And he was just he said that when you humans are naturally born to survive with what they got. So if you really want to do music and take it to the next level, like, you should quit your jobs.
Yeah.
At some point, so you can go all the way. You have to be 100%. You can't be 80.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then, like working part-time job and having people put you down all the time, like,
yeah, it's just like not a good atmosphere. It's just not breeding good energy.
Yeah, it's just like, all right. And then one day, Corey quit his job.
Love it.
And he's like, I feel so good. I'm manifesting all these great things. I'm surviving with what I got. He got a studio like within like 2 months, and then
Smart,
and then
man.
he started DJing and all that stuff, and then he's like, you guys should do it too. It feels so good. It's weird. And then I quit, and then Matt quit. Had a job at his bank, and Adrian quit his job at Sobeys.
That gets me excited, man.
You know, and then and then we started. What did we do? Then we started making beats for people, songwriting. Then we got songs into like TV shows, like Keeping Up with Kardashians.
I've heard.
Random stuff like that.
Love that.
DJ'd like every weekend.
Yeah.
So, and then like we learned other things from the guys. It's like, having seven different forms of income will help you like keep
stay afloat.
Stay afloat, like even if they're small. Like so, like but we only did the things that we liked. We were like has to involve music.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or some sort of creation. And, and then
creative project.
Yeah, because it then don't feel like work anymore. We go DJ, we tear a club up, have fun, drink with our buds.
Yeah.
We could come see you guys. We also play in a band too, so we play in a band.
Loads to do.
Yeah, we'd go ask like artists if they need a backing band.
Yeah.
So like I remember we played in Newfoundland, ECMAs. We had like two or three of our own shows, play, and then the boys played with like say Quake and like Cam Smith and like
a couple other artists.
Other artists.
Make it more worth the trip.
Yeah,
and then make it all add up.
Yeah, and then we leave ECMAs with a couple $100 or like a stack in our pocket just because we were like performing with everybody,
That's huge, dude.
And then that's like because we just worked our butt. We didn't like just settle for like one little thing.
Yeah.
And then eventually, when you get better at your craft, you can stop doing the little things like that.
Just drop them off one by one.
Yeah.
Until you just hone it right on
boom. Now I realize like I just want to do this band,
Yeah.
Like I don't want to do a bunch of other stuff because this thing is what
you can
I really
do all that
do.
other stuff later.
Yeah, later
if
if
you
I
have
want
loads of time to do the band and you'll kill it and focus on that, and then you'll learn a bunch of shit and then apply it to your next project. And maybe you'll spread yourself out thinner in the future, but for now I agree you should totally just fucking tunnel vision,
Yes.
No, man, I'm all about that. I remember when I first kind of made the leap, it was like half a leap in the way that I was already working in nightclubs flat out and, where I DJ'd and stuff.
Yeah.
And, management was changing and ownership and it was going to change a lot. So I got laid off. And at that point, I was faced with like, do I go back to regular jobs? Last job I had before that was selling phones. So I was like, at least there's commission there. I was like thinking about that. I was like, or do I stick just like solo and just fucking tough it out? And at this point, I was way less self-aware as an artist. So it was harder for me to even know what my goal was. But I was like, I do have to make a go of this. And if I get another job, I'm going to sell myself short, and there'll be plenty other times to sell yourself short later. You know? So I was like, fuck it, done. And I just never got another job. And between DJing some residencies and working some fucking, Canadian AV type gigs or Eastern Audio or whoever, working on gigs like this with Daryl and everybody, just lending a hand. It's like eventually I was able to keep it all together. Now I have a fucking decent resume on groups I've worked with in stadiums. You know what I mean? And it's like I got to develop, you know, a decent relationship with you and Adrian and Corey over the last few years. Well, 5 or 6 years now, but so it's like that was great. Between that, Jib Fest, a few other things. Obviously, my good buddy Brian T kind of keeps stuff going, so there's always something to work on. And then, like you said, eventually, like you're just trying to find the little hobbles, and then you slowly drop some stuff off. You know, I'm hoping one day this will turn into something a little better, so that can kind of hopefully sustain itself. The more little things you can do that can sustain themselves too will just help you kind of continue to grow. So it's like
100%.
That was kind of how it worked for me anyways. So I find that pretty dope. Thanks for letting people know that, because that's a really good insight on getting started. And people really don't realize, like, oh, I'll do it after. And I'm like, no, start now.
Yeah, start now.
Even I've had so many, you know who you are, but like since this, okay, we just released the first episode of the podcast. We have a few more recorded, but you know, I'm just like, want to get this one out with Frank. But since I dropped the first episode with Nick, everyone's been like, oh man, I want to start a podcast forever, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, man,
let's do it now.
Yeah, so did I. Like, I started thinking about this last spring, and I literally mulled it over all spring. And then over the summer, I started executing it and doing it a little bit. And then the fall has literally been me figuring out the production, post-production curve, because I'm not native to that stuff. My name's music, so I've just been
different.
I've just been like learning it as like a step away from music and regular business right now. And you know, and here I am now, just like, I'm hoping this episode will be able to record and go out fairly quick, rather than like, I've already shot with Adrian and that's not out yet. So I'm trying to just develop the workflow over time. But like, guys, if you want to start a podcast or start something, you do need to just like ultimately make the leap, because between what Frank said and just the examples of people talking to me about starting a podcast, it's like, it was an idea 6 months ago for me too. So you just got to get it going. Fucking everything's on YouTube. You know, and
everything is on. And it's so funny.
Every day there's a podcast or a YouTube show popping up similar to something like this, that's giving you knowledge on exactly what you're looking for, how to do this, and or general topics like this. So it's like, it's all there. But stay tuned to us for all that shit.
I know.
Screw everyone else.
If you look hard enough, everything's right in front of you.
Straight up. It's all there. And it's like, all you got to do is like search it. Listen, come on, boys. It's 2019, 2020. Like, let's be honest. You search something twice, and they just flood it to your feed. Honestly, I'm surprised my computer's not picking up audio now and being like, Sprite, or like something strange, you know?
Yeah, for real. There's a saying this person was telling me a while ago. It's like, who do you listen to? You know, and like that's another key of like how, like, I figure things out really quick. It's like, who do you listen to? You listen to somebody that's like telling you how to get rich, and is not a millionaire.
Yeah,
you're gonna listen to a millionaire.
Straight up.
And what that millionaire is not really gonna tell you the truth, but he's gonna tell you something. You know,
at least close.
Yeah.
Well, even for me, like when I first got into like exercising more like regularly, right? Like you have all this myths and all this crap people are telling you, and then it's just like, I was like, no, I'm following like 2 to 3 people of my buddies who I've seen be in peak shape. You know what I mean, or wherever I want to go with it, and I'm gonna listen to them because they did it, and I know them, and I know they're not gonna lie to me. Other than that, or maybe like a paid trainer or something, but I don't got money for that type of thing. So I was just like, boom. And then eventually, like, now I can say I at least know my way around a gym and know my body enough 100%. To work out and you focus on certain things.